Are you skeptical? Maybe you have everything figured out, or you don't want to hear new ideas. I know that's how I was 10 years ago. I just got off a call for my goal setting workshop, and something came up that I just had to jump on and share. 10 years ago, I knew nothing of this. I'm on my, I think, 50 some number podcast. I've been coaching for years. I have elite clients. I have people. I've had 3 clients even just this week send me messages or tell me how big of an impact that I've made. And it just got me reflecting, especially with the call I just got off 10 years ago. I knew none of this. And I believe everything happens for a reason. And you have to go through some stuff to get to where you are. And I know I did for my purpose to find me. But it's so amazing that 10 years ago, when I first was introduced to Bob Proctor and all the information and the ideas in my higher faculties versus my 5 senses and accountability, taking 100% responsibility, respond versus react, all this stuff that now is in every cell of my body, I knew nothing about. I didn't believe most of it and had to very slowly tippy toe towards it at first until I started to feel and see the changes almost instantly. And then it got a little bit easier. Then it got a little bit easier. Then it made more sense. And then I tried that. And then, well, if that worked, I'm going to go here. And so on and so forth to bring me to where I am today. And even in the middle of all of that, it took me to my lowest point to find this, and coming back out of that and finding this and then applying it. For some people, they have to be knocked down, maybe because they're so stubborn like I was, or I thought I had everything figured out. It's so amazing who I was to who I am now and sitting here. Had you told me this is what I would be doing 10 years ago, I would have thought you were crazy. I would have never believed it. I wouldn't have understood it. So I just wanted to shout out to the people that are like myself from 10 years ago. Understand that your purpose will find you if you're headed in the right direction and if you're doing the right things and if you're open-minded. I just, got off a call with mission, vision, values. If you're starting a company or if you're wanting to do something or if you're serving people, what are your mission, vision, values? So many people have these startups and these things they want to do, and they just jump in without getting that clarity. And what my coach taught me that I have now, we started with mission, vision, values, which I did skip. I will tell you, when I started my coaching business, I had ideas, I had passion, I had purpose. But until you really write them down and understand them, it's a time saver. Because, as I've said before, there's not many business problems. Business problems can easily be solved, or challenges, issues that come up by putting against your mission, vision, values. It should become very evident very quickly whether it matches or not, whether it's going to contract you or expand you. So that's where I talk about how there's not many business issues or problems, just opportunities. What comes into our business lives is our personal crap. The doubt, the worry, the imposter syndrome, confidence, self-worth, fear of failure, looking stupid, and all of that. That's what stops us. That's what inhibits us from moving forward or thinking we can't or turning away from something. It's just, I encourage you to look at the two if you're in that situation at all. it's really interesting once you step back. And I've just reflected a little bit on my journey. And when people tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. So many of these YouTube videos I'm watching where people are far further along than I am and where I want to be. Those are the type of people that I'm watching and learning from, are people that are a lot smarter than me, have done what I intend to do or want to do at a much higher level. All of them, if I can do it, you can do it. And they'll even say, I know that you hear that all the time, but I was once like you, or I came from not knowing this, not understanding this, not knowing what I was doing to do what I'm doing. So whatever it is that you want to do, and you feel that passion and desire to do, if any one person has done it, there's no reason you can't. So that's the first and foremost thing that you should know. And know that everyone that comes in contact with you, or that you come in contact with, is both your student and your teacher. So what can you teach them and what can you learn from them? That's another huge lesson that I learned right away. And of course, taking 100% responsibility. My life changed almost instantly when I stopped becoming and being a victim, when I chose to see why stuff was happening for me, not to me, took 100% responsibility, found the good, and all of that. So another thing one of my clients said this past week that I just had to laugh about, and I just shared on the call I got off of, was we were talking about goals, and just different things and how to move forward. And I said consistency, and she's like, don't use that word. Oh my gosh. She's like, I'm just so sick of that word, consistency. She's like, I'm going to use intentionality. I'm like, perfect. So it got me thinking as well, as you're listening to this podcast, or maybe you're listening to other people or hearing different things, what are you being triggered by? Meaning, what words, like discipline was a word that came up as well. What do you think about when you hear the word discipline or probation? And all these different things and words that we connect to our paradigms, our habitual behaviors, and they mean something to us. And oftentimes they can trigger us. I encourage you, if you have one of those words that are blocking you, or that, it just triggers you whenever you hear it, like schedule or calendar, consistency, discipline, order, find a different word. It's that easy. Find a different word. Find something that means the same, like consistency, intentionality. What is it for you that makes it not triggering, so that you can move through it and you can do what it is you need to show up and do to get you from where you are to where you want to go. Quit letting the excuses and the reasons why and the triggers come up and control you and control that part of either your business, your personal life, if it's health, if it's your finances, if it's meditation, spirituality, relationship, a job that you want, or a career or business that you want to start, just start. And if there's something that's triggering you or slowing you down, find a different word. Instead of stopping, like, go under it, go over it, or go around it, but don't stop. So many times we start, stop because of that very thing. So figure it out. And I will say it again, as I just said it on my last call, find a coach or mentor that can help you. I would not be where I am today had I not found a coach or mentor. And I continue to hire coaches and mentors. I will never not have one, because what a coach or mentor does is it takes what could take you essentially 10 years to do, and it knocks it down to months, maybe a year. Because if you find someone and hire someone that you connect with, because When you know and you hear the truth, you know it and you feel it. So that's the intuition in it. So if you found someone that connects to you, that you like, that you are listening to, and that you're interested in, and it intrigues you, and you know you could learn from, partner with them. If that's me, fantastic. If it's someone else, fantastic. But know this, you will see the quantum leaps, and you will see going from where you are to where you want to go much quicker, with less energy spent, less frustration, blood, tears, sweat, whatever you want to say. A lot of that can be avoided. You don't need to recreate the wheel. What you need to do is find someone that can help you learn from their mistakes. That's why I'm so passionate about helping other real estate agents, because in my career of 10 years, it's been said that I have, in my first few years, the experience of a 20+ year agent because of the number of transactions I've done. And that's where you learn. That's where you get in the streets, you get your boots on the road and get running. That's where you get a lot of, and most of your experience. And so I learned, again, baptism by fire. I left a career, 401k, 6 weeks paid vacation, 13 years, built this company up, knew everything, not everything, but I could wear a lot of the hats, do a lot of the things. And I literally jumped because I had this burning desire to do real estate. I knew that that was like the ultimate way to serve someone. And then I found coaching, and that even blew that out of the water. But real estate still, I mean, if you have a servant heart and you want to help others, it's an amazing way to do it. And the connections you make in helping someone buy or sell or invest in the biggest asset and build their wealth, I mean, it's phenomenal. But I did not know what I was doing. I went from that career to 100% commission. And no, there wasn't a startup or, an hourly wage to get me by. So I said yes to everything, and I failed often. I learned a lot. And then what I did, and I just did along the way, is as new agents were coming in, my empathy kicked in, and I was like, oh, I got to help them. I can help them because I've been through this. I can help them because I know what they don't know. And so I just started helping new agents as they came into the brokerage I was at the time, and the team I was on. I loved it. So I made a career out of it. I went to a different brokerage and ran a mentorship program. And I took what took me, I don't even necessarily know if it's years, but number of transactions. And I took that down to months, because I can see what they can't see. I can give them all these different scenarios and opportunities and options. And I made myself 90% available. Therefore, I wasn't necessarily selling as much real estate as I was helping other agents. And what continues to happen, and this might happen in your industry or with what you're doing. So I think it's worth mentioning. So many agents came to me that were promised to be mentored, or will help you get up and running. You get all these agents and teams that want to have you as an agent, because then they can take some of your commission because they train you. And so often you can't do both well. And hear me out. If you're a high performing real estate agent like I was, and if you're doing it at a very high level, and you're good, and your communication's spot on, and you're doing it for the right reasons, you are going to take care of your clients first and foremost, as you should, because you owe them fiduciary duties. So however are you going to take on an agent that knows nothing and do it at a high level? Some people do have systems in place. They have amazing training programs. Those are the exceptions. So many agents come to me new one weekend, and I also have agents that I mentored 20+ years in. I have women, I have men, and from all other industries, and just, people that just want the awareness and the understanding of this information and how to change your perception. So thinking into results, that's one category. So I encourage you, again, find someone that's doing what you intend to do at a high level, and what can you learn from them? Hire a coach or a mentor. It will get you to where you want to go so much quicker. And think about your mission, vision, values, and if you're like I was at first, where you don't believe this, you don't understand this, some of this thing's woo-woo, some of it's like, okay, yeah, but it's not and it's or, yeah, this or that, this or that. How about this and that? Add an and instead of an or. Start playing around with your words, because words do matter. I know I've talked extensively about that. But I just had these few things happen over this last week, and I wanted to come on and just touch base on it and talk about it, because I thought it was worth talking about. Discipline and order equals success. You got to have the consistency in there. What are you doing to take care of yourself, to take care of your business? Do you have big goals? A lot of people don't even have a goal. I know people very close to me that don't have goals, and they feel a little lost. You don't have direction. You don't jump out of bed excited, wondering what the day is going to bring. As silly as that sounded at one point, and like, come on, give me a break. It's true, because I do it now. I once did not, and I would have thought you were like, I don't know, like Mary Poppins or something from a movie where they get up, or the cartoon Disney anime, we're like la, 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 singing and running around, and it's so amazing. It can be that way, as silly as it sounds. When you have a goal, when you have direction, when it's driving you to move and to become better and to be consistent and to show up at a higher level and to become who you need to become in the process of getting that goal. Goals are to expand and grow, and to grow into and to become. The actual achievement of the goal is the side effect. The gift and the true goal and the true win is who you have to become in the process to get there, if your goal is big enough. So first and foremost, if you do not have a goal, I have a goal setting workshop. That's a good place to start. Another good place to start is just think about what it is you truly desire and want. You should know how, because there's 3 types of goals. There's a good goal. It's a goal that's good. I mean, you know how to do it. You've done it before. For real estate, I sold, we'll say 12 houses last year. I'm going to sell another 12 this year. Good goal. Or you take the 12 classes, or excuse me, 12 houses that you sold, and you are going to do 14, maybe 15. Yeah, probably know how to do that. It's just only a couple more. You can figure out a couple more deals, transactions, families to help. Great. What if you went to 50? What if you went from 12 to 30, 12 to 50? What would that look like? Who do you have to become for that goal? How does that person wake up in the morning? What are they doing? How are they taking care of their health? Who are they talking to? What circles do they run in? What conversations are they having? Who are their coaches? I mean, really think about that. It's the becoming, and it's a beautiful thing. And of course, I jumped on here just to take a couple minutes to share something from this weekend. And here I am, already almost, at 20 minutes. But I think it's so important to just stop, pivot, think. And I wanted to bring some of you back to where I was, because so many people that are doing what it is they truly want to do at one point had no idea how it was going to happen, and if it would happen, and if it would even work. And I'm here to tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. It just takes awareness, it takes having the right goal, it takes having a fantastic mentor or coach that can help you take your blinders off, fill in the holes, get the container tight, help you see what you don't see or can't see, or reframe the thinking that you're having that's throwing everything off. It's a beautiful place to be, and it's yours for the taking. So As usual, leave comments. If you like this, please share it. I would love to have more people. I want to help millions of people. So even sharing it with one person, you don't know how much that would mean to me, because this is my mission. Speaking of mission and vision and values, is I want to get this information out to as many people as I can, millions, because it changed everything for me. And I know it will change everything for the next person. All right. Have a good one.